From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, many of you probably have to go back to work today. It's a bit of a reality, although many of you may have just taken a whole week off. I mean, not a bad idea to do that. But here's the deal. I mean, we have got a cooling trend, and it starts today. The heat wave, for the most part, is over. And we're going to start to see our temperatures begin to drop, and we're also talking about the potential for some mountain thunderstorms in the forecast. Now, there still is a heat advisory, and quite honestly, there's a very good chance that National Weather Service may allow this to expire sooner than 11 o'clock tonight. In fact, it'd probably be sometime today, quite honestly, but we'll see. I mean, sometimes they just kind of hold on to their guns and just keep it going until it expires. Now, we take a look at your planner here for the North Coast for today, and we're going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies, but mostly sunny skies and dropping below 100 degrees inland. Isn't this nice to see? We're not seeing as many triple digits out there. Now, Redding is going to be borderline, right around 100 degrees, give or take. Red Bluff about 98, and of course, as you head south, we actually have a bit of that delta breeze, that south cooler delta breeze kicking in, and that's keeping those temperatures a little bit cooler down in Chico. Now, for the mountains, we are going to be looking at a chance for thunderstorms for some of us in the mountains, not everyone. Trinity County, a slim chance. Best chances will be Siskiyou and Modoc counties, but the eastern mountains, for now, I'm keeping it dry. That is going to change by tomorrow. Now let's talk about the heat, because the heat is retreating back down to the desert southwest. Great news, temperatures are dropping as a result, and we'll see those temperatures probably drop and peak at their drop on Saturday. So that's the peak of the cooling trend, is on Saturday. Now, here's what's going to happen. This heat is going to start to retreat back up in our direction. But what's also happening is we've got some cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska. So we have this trough of low pressure, which typically has cooler air associated with it. You've got this ridge of high pressure over the United States, and that has the heat associated with it. The two of them are just kind of battling it out. The heat wants to move in, the colder air wants to move in. So what's really happening with this is, even though it's not going to move over us, and it'd be nice if it did, but it's not, it's doing a couple of things. Number one, it's going to give us those cooler temperatures and help really prevent that heat from really moving in. Number two, it may bring a chance for some thunderstorms in there, but overall, I think it's going to remain fairly dry. In fact, we take a look at the temperature outlook the next 8 to 14 days. Look at that. We're in the near normal category. I mean, this is great. Yeah, temperatures are starting to increase again next week, but not really a big heat wave heading our way. All right, let's talk about those chances for thunderstorms now, because as we go into this afternoon, you see where most of them are? Siskiyou and Modoc counties. Now, we may see a pop-up for parts of Trinity County, in particular around Weaverville, maybe Hayfork, but I'm not anticipating any activity for the eastern mountains, and of course not anything for the valley either. Now we're going to take you into your Thursday, and as we go into Thursday morning, we're looking at the fog along the coast, by the way. That's really going to be socked in there, even making its way into some of those inland valleys. But as we go into Thursday afternoon, things get more interesting. By noon, we're already starting to see some pop-ups. So when we start seeing them pop up that early in the day, there's a good chance you're talking about the potential for some isolated severe thunderstorms. Now you can see even Trinity County seeing some activity. We're already starting to see a little bit of activity even in the eastern mountains, and not to mention Siskiyou and Modoc counties. We take you into Thursday at 2 p.m. Now we're getting more thunderstorms, Trinity County, Lassen County. Now we go into Thursday, 6 p.m. You see how we're still seeing some activity out there, but it's beginning to break up at this point. As we go into the evening and overnight hours, those showers and thunderstorms will be gone. Now, I want to show you this because as we go through Friday, not to mention this weekend, after Thursday, the chances for thunderstorms are almost pretty much non-existent. And so what we're seeing here are the dry conditions going through the weekend and even into early next week. All right, here's your forecast for today. Temperatures are going to be about 100 degrees for Redding, 98 for Red Bluff, 93 Chico. This right here is a typical footprint of that delta breeze. We have that nice marine layer along the coast, that cooler air coming in from the delta, and then working its way up the valley. We've got those south winds, and that's really one of the contributing factors to that. But we're also seeing the chances for thunderstorms in Modoc, Siskiyou County. I have included a slight chance for some activity around Weaverville and Hayfork, but dry for the eastern mountains, and not to mention dry and cool for the coast. No big surprises there, right? Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. And yeah, you're talking about the chances for thunderstorms today, tomorrow, maybe even Friday, by the way, for Mount Shasta and Alturas. But by the weekend, it's gone. Susanville, I don't have anything for you today, but tomorrow I think you've got some activity. And then Friday, it looks like it starts to dry out again. And then it warms back up going into next week. Now, your 7-day forecast for Redding, about 100 I've got a tied tongue here, about 100 degrees today, right? But temperature is dropping down to the mid-90s below normal by tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. But then temperatures climbing back up to about 100 degrees by next week. Now, for Weaverville, I've got you a slight chance today. But I think most of it will be on Thursday, tomorrow. And then it looks like it starts to dry out after that. Now, for the coast, you're talking mostly cloudy skies, temperatures upper 50s and low 60s.